is Jakob. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer of YouLend's. I look after our product development and our partnerships as well. I've been with the company for 5 years and based in London. YouLend's is an embedded finance platform. We connect institutional capital on the one side with small business on the other side. We partner with technology companies, with payment companies to offer financing to small businesses. To date, we financed around 200,000 small businesses. And those small businesses usually come to us because they would like to grow, they'd like to invest, they'd like to hire more people, and that's what we facilitate. The reason we distribute our financing through partnerships in an embedded manner is really just because there's quite a few benefits. We see 3 big ones. Historically, small businesses have struggled to access financing because they're very different. But when we partner with an e-commerce platform or a payment company to offer financing, we can usually see a lot more about those small businesses, which allows us to approve more and expand access. The other reason we partner and think the embedded model is a very powerful model is because we usually meet small businesses where they have a need for financing. If they're a small business selling online, they might be thinking about buying inventory, and they might need financing to do that. So instead of going directly into the market, fishing and offering financing to all small businesses, we meet them where they have a need. And then finally, we've also found that through a lot of our research, that small businesses trust their e-commerce platforms, their payment companies, their tech providers more than they trust their financial service providers. We think that by offering financing in partnership embedded into some of these tech and payment companies, that we can reach more small businesses who might otherwise be discouraged from applying. YouLend's, we are an embedded finance platform. We offer financing to small businesses through partnerships. So really we have 2 customers, the small businesses and the tech payment companies. So as an example, a partnership of ours is with Amazon, where we offer financing to small businesses. The feedback we get from the sellers is usually exceptionally positive. They talk to us about how they've been able to take advantage of an opportunity to buy stock early, helping them grow faster. They've been able to take on more staff, maybe open up a new location. And the feedback we see also borne out in how often small businesses come back and give us good net promoter scores or renew with our product. More than 80% of our customers stay with us, which means that we have a really long tail of existing customers who love the product. On the platform side, the feedback we get is also very positive. We historically work mostly with payment companies, but over time have started to work a lot with e-commerce platforms and with different tech companies like food delivery platforms, travel platforms. The feedback we get there is that our product helps their underlying customers grow faster and become more loyal to the platform. We see that small businesses we finance grow about 25% faster than merchants without financing. And we also see that they're much less likely to move to another platform. So we really find that our partners get a lot of benefit out of offering financing. I think it's really becoming a bit of a playbook now for larger tech and payment companies to offer financial services, simply because of the benefits to growth for their merchants and the reduction in churn. One thing that really concerns us at YouLend's is the impact we're having on small businesses we finance. Something that really gives me quite a lot of joy is hearing how we reach segments of the population that might otherwise struggle to access financing. We see that whereas traditional financing providers may finance around 12-13% female-led businesses, we reach about 29-30%. And we think that's one of the strengths of the embedded model, that we can reach some of these segments in a way that's different. What's also really encouraging is that we see that the small businesses who obtain financing create a lot of jobs and have economic impact. We find that on average, each business we finance creates 1 job, and we've contributed more than 8 billion to the UK GDP in the last few years. So those are kind of some of the impact measures we look at to try and see if we're having a good impact for our customers. The end experience for a small business is usually that they log into their e-commerce platform or to their payment company, and they can see that financing is available to them. Usually the financing is pre-approved, so the customer knows what they're going to get, they know the price, they know the amount of money they can access, and they can get it very quickly in the same day. That's what it feels like to the small business, so very frictionless, flexible, very upfront. For the platforms we partner with, we offer a modular solution. So we we'll usually sit down with, let's say it's like a company like Amazon or a company like Booking. We'll sit down and we'll talk to them about what their objectives are, why are they looking to partner. On the simple side, we can offer everything from customer support, risk assessment, we can bring balance sheet, we take the risk, we'll take care of any licensing requirements. On the other side, we have some partners who really just want us to be doing a couple of those things and would like to bring a lot of their own in-house experience to the solution. So really what the product looks like to a platform is a very modular product where we try and meet their needs in a flexible way. Embedded finance is itself really like a growth area. I think we see that embedded finance is growing 20 to 30% year on year. And that's partly as customers get more used to seeing financial services within their existing applications. And it's partly because embedded finance allows us to reach new customers that we couldn't reach before. I think some of the trends we see is one around just growth. So I think if you go back 10 years, it was common that maybe a payment company would offer financing, but it's not so common that an e-commerce platform would do it or that a food delivery platform would do it. And we see that a lot of the growth in the next few years in embedded finance will come as more and more technology companies or specific solution providers start to offer financing. I think that's quite exciting because you can start to offer financing exactly where the merchant needs it, when they're paying for the inventory they're buying, or when they're hiring staff, or when they're making payroll payments. You can finance them at the point of need. The other trend we see is really around partnering. So if you go back again 10 years, some companies, payment companies, were offering financing themselves and they were building the solution in-house. We're now seeing a move towards more and more partnering. As an example, Amazon in the US have been offering a lending program to small business sellers. They closed down their in-house program earlier this year, but are continuing to work with partners. So I think the model of partnering is something we'll continue to see more of, even for very large, sophisticated institutions. And then finally, the third trend we see, at least at YouLend, is around the use of artificial intelligence to power decisioning and customer service. There's huge gains to be made from using artificial intelligence models to predict risk and to service customers. And we think that really the embedded providers who are close to the customer in a native environment have an advantage over a traditional provider who might not see all of that data. So we really think that artificial intelligence is an advantage that embedded finance players will be able to capitalize on much better in the next 5 years. YouLend, we've generally been a very high growth business. We've more than doubled every year. To do that, we need to both make sure we find money that is cheap, flexible on the capital provider side, but also find embedded finance partners and small businesses to serve. Over the last few years, we've been adding quite a lot of different capital providers. We've added JP Morgan as a capital provider, and generally kind of looking to expand that roster. On the embedded finance origination partner side, we've been partnering with an increasing list of different vertical providers. So as I said before, we used to work mostly with payment companies. We now work a lot with e-commerce and with different other technology companies. And I think we'll continue to see that trend. The other bit of growth that YouLend's been going through has been international. We are originally a Danish company. We're based in London, but we operate in 10 different countries in the world today. And that's really because our partners are usually global partners. They want the same product in every market. They want what is a uniform customer experience. And it's important for us to be able to deliver that. So for YouLend, the focus is really on continuing to expand with our global partners, whether that is through making our current product better and cheaper, opening up new markets, just continuing to serve clients the way we do. Our ambition as a company is to be the global preferred embedded finance platform for any large enterprise, independent of what they do day to day. And today we cover mostly Northern Europe and the US, so there's a bit of way to go still.